Welcome to Billo's Science Fiction. Short story, Taxi Man by William L. Ramseyer. Me? I'm just a cab driver. I ain't no philosopher. As far as I can tell, the light's red or else it's green. That's all. I don't care about why things happen, because I'm concentrating, on making a living. You want to pay the fare, then you can talk about whatever you want to. Listen, me? I like people. But some days are tougher than others. You know what I mean? That's the way it's always been. Take today, for example. I got good fares. I ain't complaining, but it's weird out there. First, this guy gets into my cab. He looks all right. He's got a suit and a tie. Listen, I don't pick up people in the bad parts of town if they ain't well dressed. I ain't prejudiced, but I ain't getting robbed again. Some guy pulls out a knife, and there you go. Anyway, this guy gets in the cab. Nice guy, soft-spoken, polite. But he's got this strange request. No, not follow that cab. I still ain't heard that. Now this guy, he says, please take me to this address. And he hands me a piece of paper. I'm telling about my trip to Vegas. I almost broke even, but they always cheated me. Anyway, we get to the place. He gets out, pays me and says, please drive around the block 15 times. And he gives me $10. I'm an honest guy, pretty much. Anyway, it might be some kind of inspector or something. You never know. So I'm driving around the block. The dispatcher calls me and says, what am I doing? So I tell him. He starts making stupid jokes about it on the radio. I don't need his shit, so I shut it off. Anyway, I'm driving around this block, and the fare is standing out in front of the building, waving real friendly-like he's happy to see the cab. I turned around then to look at my fare to see what she thought of this story. You seem like a smart lady. What do you think it all means? The woman in the back just nodded at me. She had long silver blonde hair, and well, I caught a glimpse of her legs before she got in. Great stuff. People can be rather unusual, she said. That's what makes life so interesting. Excuse me, cab driver, but I've changed my mind. Please take me to 1442 Hilltop Street instead. I got a chill when I heard that, and almost ran over some bum crossing the street. It was the same address as that nut guy. I thought it must be some kind of religious convention or something. Live and let live, I told myself. That's what I always tell myself when things get to be too much. Hey, lady, do you know a quiet business guy? Gray pinstripe suit? I realized that I didn't really know what the guy had looked like. Can you believe that? And after he waved at me 15 times in a row. I'm sure I know several people with that description. I pull up in front of the address, but she says, please drive around the block. So we did, and then she did it again. And it seemed like I was spending my whole life driving around this one stupid block. And I wasn't even surprised when she kept waving to the place where that man had been, although I didn't see him at all. Now, the third fare is the one that finally got to me. I'm telling you, I'm filing for disability if I can find me a cheap lawyer, but he's got to be good, too, not like the one I got. Anyhow, this guy gets in, right? He's got curly black hair, shoulder length like mine, wearing the same tennis shoes as me. Same kind of blue jeans, same red turtleneck sweater. I looked at the picture on the door, on my permit, and I got spooked. Man, he looked just like me. Hey, loan me $30, he says. Man, I ain't never had a fare ask me to borrow money. I've heard my share of stories, You drop off somebody and they tell you they have the money upstairs and they never come back down. And when you knock on the door, some creep answers and he don't know nothing about who you're talking about. Rip-offs, yeah, but borrowing money, no way. $30? I shook my head. Look, buddy, if you ain't got the money for the fare, get out. Get a loan from a bank. No, it ain't got nothing to do with the fare. I can pay. I just wanted you to have $30. I thought you said you wanted to borrow $30. I need the money to buy a gun. Hey, count me out. I ain't getting involved. Stop at Luke's Western Guns and Ammo, he says. It's up ahead. A couple of blocks. I want to say hello to a friend of mine. Yeah, it's right here. Wait, I'll be right back. I dropped him off, but I didn't wait. He must think I'm an idiot. I ain't waiting for no guy to come out with a pistol and rob me. Then I realized I was holding something. I looked down. I had a pitted .38 in my left hand. I still don't know why, but I drove back to Hilltop, back to where I dropped off my first 2 fares. There wasn't anybody there. I was sick of the whole day. I guess that's why I started shooting holes in the garage door, just letting off steam, you know. I didn't even notice the 2 bodies when I drove off, but I couldn't say that at my trial. My lawyer won't let me testify. Like I said, I got to find me a good lawyer, but one that's cheap. The end.